Today we're diving into the incredible story of Frank Abagnale, the world's most prolific imposter and con artist. His life of deception, charm, and high-stakes fraud has fascinated millions and inspired the hit movie Catch Me If You Can. Let's explore the astonishing tale of the man who fooled the world. Frank Abagnale was born in 1948 in Bronxville, New York. His early life was marked by the tumultuous divorce of his parents, which deeply affected him. By the age of 16, Frank had already begun his life of crime, starting with petty theft and check fraud. What began as small-scale cons quickly escalated into a series of audacious impersonations that would make him one of the most wanted criminals in the world. One of Abagnale's most famous impersonations was as a Pan Am pilot. At just 16 years old, Frank forged a pilot's license, uniform, and ID badge, allowing him to fly over 1 million miles on more than 250 flights across 26 countries, all without ever being a trained pilot. Frank used his charm, intelligence, and confidence to manipulate airline staff, and he enjoyed the perks of free travel, luxury hotels, and even meals, all while convincing everyone around him that he was a legitimate pilot. He would deadhead as a passenger in the cockpit, an act known as jump seating, which allowed him to fly for free while pretending to be on his way to work. After getting bored of flying, Frank decided to take on another persona, this time as a doctor. He forged a Harvard University degree and took on the role of chief resident pediatrician at a hospital in Georgia. Remarkably, Frank managed to avoid performing any medical procedures by supervising other doctors and deferring tasks to more experienced staff. Despite having no medical training, he successfully held this position for almost a year, managing to bluff his way through by reading medical books and asking others for advice under the guise of seeking a second opinion. Frank didn't stop there. His next con involved impersonating a lawyer. With nothing more than a fake diploma from Harvard Law School and a sharp mind, Frank passed the Louisiana State Bar exam on his third attempt and got a job at the Louisiana Attorney General's office. His legal career was short-lived, but it showed just how far Frank could go with little more than wit, nerve, and a forged document. Abagnale's most profitable crime, however, was his expertise in check fraud. Frank was a master of creating fake checks, manipulating banking systems, and cashing in fraudulent payments. He created new ways to forge checks, including printing his account number on deposit slips and slipping them into bank lobbies, causing unsuspecting customers to deposit money directly into his account. By the time he was caught, Frank had stolen millions of dollars from banks around the world. After years of staying one step ahead of the law, Frank's luck ran out in 1969 when he was finally apprehended in France. He was just 21 years old. After being extradited to the United States, Frank was sentenced to 12 years in prison for multiple counts of fraud. But even in prison, Frank's incredible mind found a way to turn his skills into something positive. The US government, recognizing Frank's unique understanding of fraud, offered him a deal: his freedom in exchange for helping the FBI catch other fraudsters. Frank accepted and began working with the FBI as a consultant, teaching agents how to detect and prevent the very crimes he had once committed so masterfully. Frank Abagnale's transformation from criminal mastermind to respected security consultant is remarkable. Over the years, he has helped banks, corporations, and law enforcement agencies across the globe protect themselves against fraud. He even founded his own consulting company and has written several books on fraud prevention, sharing his expertise with others.